So, welcome back. Hopefully, you had a lot of time with your group, and now it's time for share backs. So, room one, who is the person in charge of sharing back what you talk about in that group?
I
So, we
was
have,
the note keeper. This is Karen.
oh, Carrie. Hi, Carrie.
Hi there. So we spoke about a couple different things. Word of mouth was a powerful tool for many groups. Just also kind of cross supporting each other, going to other support groups, grabbing their flyers. Just kind of sharing everyone's contact information that way. So printed copies, having those available to share. One pearl of wisdom was there was a situation in which they had a regular website page. And unfortunately, the person, the holder of that login, passed away and they weren't able to obtain the login information. And so they kind of lost use of that page and nowhere to kind of post that there's an additional place where that people can find things. So just that was kind of something for your back pocket that you should have a couple people that are part of your group that have kind of all the important login information just in case something would happen. Let's see. Another interesting was Nextdoor app is a good way to promote. And then also the Patch, which is mostly in larger cities. It's an online kind of newsletter bulletin board. And in your own city, it's free. And if you go kind of larger than that, there is a fee. Not sure what that is. And then also dropping off flyers, business cards, things like that at assisted equipment places. That's a good partnership because if you have events, they can also have a table there or even speak to your group about assisted equipment. And then realtors was a good resource as well.
Good
Beautiful.
job.
Thank you, Carrie. Yes, see, the experts, Judy and Lauren, are going, yay, Carrie, you did a
Hey,
good
she did good.
job.
Did I miss anything?
I don't know, but that was good.
Beautiful. Good note taker. Thank you, room one. How about room two? Who's the note taker? For room two, we have Andy, Karen, Myra, and Pat.
Well, maybe the rest of them can join us, but three of us have fairly established groups, but Pat is brand new. She's down there in Texas. She was asked by her neurologist to form a support group, and she doesn't know quite how to go about that. So one of the things we suggested is to ask for the neurologist's help to find other people with Parkinson's, but we also steered her to the National Foundations and also to the PMD Alliance. Do you still have your starter kit for support groups? In which case Pat needs one. She needs your help in getting a support group started. And
Beautiful.
so I'm in here in California. Two of us were two in Texas, Pat and Andy, and then Myra is in New Jersey. And we talked about a variety of ways of getting, information out with brochures. Andy's having a first annual symposium. Join in, Andy. What else have I forgotten?
Oh, I hand out business cards to
Business cards.
almost everybody. My priest knows that I have Parkinson's. I give them to him. He passes them out. I mean, doctors pass them out. I have no problem with that. You know, that's and then word of mouth would be the next best way to get out the support group.
Well, Andy also said something interesting. He said the neurologists in
Oh.
his area don't seem to be interested in Parkinson's. So what I suggested is that they invite one or more of them to come to his group. Most neurologists are educable. There's nothing like sitting there in a room with a whole bunch of people with Parkinson's and their care partners to learn about Parkinson's. You
Right.
know, See if you can get them to come. And then once you've got one or two and somebody else is reluctant, you can say, well, Dr. So-and-so has come and Dr. So-and-so has come. And next thing you
Right,
know, well, maybe I should get out there too. You know?
right.
And that's part of our symposium is to show there's a need
Yes.
for somebody that cares about Parkinson here at Corpus Christi. I'm going to call Savannah, as we call her.
Beautiful. Thank you, Karen and Andy. And yeah, PMD
One more
Alliance
point.
is supporting the Corpus Christi group with that event. So if you ever need assistance with your event, registration and marketing, PMD Alliance is here to help you. Okay? You're not alone. We will support you. Thank you. All right, then room 3, we have the smallest group of all with Greg and Roger. So Greg, what did you discuss in your group?
Well, Randy was with us for a while, but then she had to go to her support group. She's taking a new person. We talked about took it from several different angles, all the different things that we tried to do, from putting on educational events, symposiums locally. I'm putting on September 2nd. I have the 3rd annual one. And my suggestion is always tie it into a university or a medical hospital if you can, because they have so many more resources with the helping you with large auditorium space and tables and stuff. We talked about raising funds, grants, and stuff like that, different ideas on how to do that. Research. One of the things that is very common to this group is lack of an MDS in a 2-hour car drive radius. And so we are trying, we here in Panama City Beach are trying a thing called the Brain Bus. We've got a grant, we've got a bus. And as you know, with Parkinson's, you don't need to have an X-ray machine. We don't have brains to take X-rays of. But, we know how to do all our fun little things like that. By the way, let me real quickly say that one of the strongest things, and I don't know that I heard this earlier, but Dave Rivera in Allentown, hats off to you, and Michelle down in Louisiana. Take advantage of these groups like this and find out what people are good at. I speak publicly all the time. Happy to go anywhere. I'll be in Boston Scientific next week, and Michigan the week after that, and California the week after that. But find out what people are good at in these groups and then use that resource, because more often than not, like Dave is phenomenal at, I always want to come up with numbers for the groups that I talk with. And I'm always like, how the hell am I going to come up with a number like this? And Dave, the derivative of 4 times 8 times the odd season of the month makes it 16,202. And you go, holy crap, I can't believe that. So take advantage of those people. That's my plug for them. Podcasts are another good thing to get started. I don't know how to do them. I just have people who call me up and I'll talk to them. And then city proclamations sparked the night. Got to throw in a little blurb. That's April 11th. That's World Parkinson's Day, or Dr. James Parkinson's birthday, depending upon how you look at that. And I think that's about it. Roger, did I miss anything?
Roger was quiet all day.
Good.
Well,
That is
Roger.
wonderful. A lot of information. He's smiling, he's nodding. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Roger, and thank you, Pat and Randy, who were in that group. So let's go to room number 4 now. We had ACC endpoint. We had David, Karen, and Megan, who was also there. So who's the note taker from that group? Room 4.
David.
Oh, David. Where is David?
I think he hopped off the screen for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's there. I see you, David. Oh, yeah. His screen is there. He's not. So, Karen Malkin, do you have some notes that maybe you can share?
Oh, David's back, I think. Or jump to 5 and go back to 4, Clemmy.
There you go. Thank you, Megan. You, the usual problem solver. Let's go to 5. Barb, Dave, Esther, Carl, and Perry. That was a nice big group. Who's the note taker?
I am.
All righty, let's do it, Barb.
Let's see, we talked about the displays at the library. A gentleman in our group wrote a book and a workbook to help you on with Parkinson's and facilitating, and I guess it sounded like it's interesting. I don't know, I have the link to it. It was Carl who wrote that. He could give us more information about that. The social media was used. David talked about the QR code, and he said that that's one of the great ways to keep all of this information updated is because it's so easy to, you don't have to print things. You just get it updated just so they're always current. A blog somebody talked about. I know one of our people were a little frustrated that they felt that their group only wanted speakers. We didn't really get to talk about that a lot, but I think, I mean, personally, our group is pretty big, and when I poll them, there's people that want speakers all the time. There's people that want to talk all the time. So I think, if you provide a variety of different things that you cover all bases. For Spark the Night coming up, I bought blue bulbs and brought them to our last group meeting. And told them if they registered, they could get a free bulb. So hopefully that will help with that. I think that's all we talked about. Anybody else in our group have anything? Not.
Carl, do you have something to add? You unmuted.
Hi, Clemmy. Long time no see. I think you've got to distinguish yourself amongst the group because there's a lot of competition out there, and at one point there wasn't much competition. Now we've got a lot of groups for people to choose from, and if it's online, then really there's always a group available if it's online. I think you got to distinguish yourself whether it's the material or your niche is look at who you're serving.
Thank you, Carl. And I just want to point out, I don't think that having more groups is competition. I believe that having more groups is access. We give people options, coordinating with the leaders in our area to make sure that our meetings are on different days and at different times. So if someone cannot make it to that group, they can probably make it to the other one.
Well,
so that way we create access.
I don't mean it as a competition, but I mean it is when you start telling patients, people in the group that it's on the third Tuesday of the fifth month, or people get lost sometimes. I found that in our group that
and that's where, for example, Dave Rivera's approach, we're having a listing for all the groups in one QR code, so people can decide, oh, wow, I'm not available these dates, but this day, I can go to that group. So, we're here to support each other. So thank you for that observation, Carl, and finding ways to stand out and providing variety, the social groups and the educational groups and the sharing and caring groups, all those are so valuable for our community. So thank you, Roger. Yeah, we have our guide to programs as well, which is very useful. And now that Karen Malkin is back, hey, Karen. Do you have some highlights from your room 4 that you can share with everyone?
Yes. Dave talked about the fact that his group has a website, which my group is not savvy at all. I mean, any technological stuff, I have to get my son involved in it. But for Parkinson awareness, basically, I don't know if did Myra share her tags that she created? Myra, I don't know if she created it, but she created an Avery tag and it says "We Spark the Night," and one is a QR code that links to the Spark the Night campaign, and the other one is an informative one about Parkinson. So I made copies, gave it to many people in the group, and we have library displays. 4 different libraries in the area are displaying Parkinson. We're showing Robert Cochrane's movie, Shortstop, on Thursday night. I'll be at the New York Stock Exchange being Vanna White when they light up on Friday. We have 15 proclamations in New Jersey that are being given, and 10 of the town halls are being lit up. So that's the way I use Instagram or LinkedIn to basically give shout outs or promotions for this is what's going on. Not techie at all.
Thank you so much, Karen. And all the awareness that we're all doing, that's going to get more people to hear about support groups and join our support groups. So, even though you may be doing locally, but someone may hear about that and be like, oh, my aunt in Pennsylvania can go to that group. Where can I find that group?
Right.
So that's why we have this National Parkinson's Directory. Please make sure to add your groups. And related to that, our friend Amanda is going to share a quick tip that I didn't know about, and it's quite beneficial to those of us who do not have websites for our groups. Go ahead, Amanda.
Sure thing. I'm just going to share my screen really quickly, and you're going to see one of the pages that gets automatically created when you add a group to our directory. Some of you all have probably already seen this, but when you add a group to our directory after it's been approved by the PMD Alliance team, we just review it to make sure we're not getting any spam ads that are going in the directory or whatnot. You get this custom page and it will have a custom URL with your support group title or whatever title you put in for your listing. So that would be a way if you don't want to create a Facebook page, but you want some sort of landing page and you want it to be kind of simple. This would be a good place to send people.
Amanda, I filled this out for my group here in Panama City Beach.
Yes.
How do I know that it exists?
So you should get a confirmation email back from us and from our system when we approve it. And it'll basically say, hey, it's been posted and all of it has gone through. If you haven't received that email, give us a poke, because most of the groups that have been submitted, there are like maybe 2 that haven't been approved in our database. There are some folks that are getting tripped up in the you get to preview your listing after you create it. And I think at the preview stage, Judy and I have connected about this a couple of times, and I still need to circle back with her about it. At the preview stage, it might be a little bit confusing about whether or not you have fully submitted after that. So we're trying to figure that problem out. So if you think you submitted, you haven't seen anything, go ahead and give me a shout, because you might not have successfully submitted because of some confusion in the system.
Could I jump on that and ask you, did that one that I do ever get approved?
I have not seen it yet, Judy. That's why I need to give you a call. I was working on my end because I thought that it was something with us. We had a little issue that I don't think was related now, but before when you were reaching out, I was like, oh, I think this might be related. I need to fix this first, and then Judy and I can fix that.
One more question, which may be the problem. I'm creating this for someone else. So is that a problem if I'm putting in the information?
That's a great question, Judy. So we do not require you to be the leader or directly associated with the listing if you want to post it. That
Okay.
being said, if
Okay.
somebody reaches out from the place that is like, I'm leading this, I don't want it on your site, then we'll take it down, of course. But
Oh,
I don't, as community
okay.
members, you know what's going on in your community and you want to tell
Right.
other people about it, and that's okay with us.
Right. Yeah, the gal, it doesn't, she's not really good with computers, and I offered to do it for her, but now I can't, I couldn't ever figure out whether it actually is out there. So,
Yes, you and I are going to connect, and maybe you'll just
okay,
email me the stuff and then I'll put it in there. But we'll
great.
get this problem solved because thank
Super.
you for your patience and for working with us.
No, I've been on medical stuff, so I forgot to check on it. So it was good that we had this chance.
Thank you, everyone.
So,
And any technical issues you
Yeah.
may be having, please connect with Amanda, okay? And she can help you solve that problem. So I apologize. We went over time, 12 minutes.
oh, we
And
did.
please send me your additional questions to my email or text, and we are happy to respond. We don't want this recording to be that long that people are going to be like, I'm not going to watch an hour of video, right?
That's
So we
very
want to
fair.
be respectful of that too. Thank you, everyone, for sharing all your wisdom. We all learn from each other, and that's why these support group roundtables are so valuable. We will see you next month, where we're going to be talking about the World Parkinson Congress and what are we going to be doing there as support group leaders. So we cannot wait. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Megan, for joining us today. And thank you to all for being part of the support group leader family. Thank you all. See you next month.
Hi, guys.
Bye-bye.